Hi there, we're CandyMachines.com today. What we want to show you today is kind of the overview of installing a Nayax reader on a crane or claw machine. In this case, we have a mini claw machine, and we are going to place it in place of the coin mechanism. The main reason is there just isn't enough space to put it anywhere else. So you've got your coin mechanism door, which we've already removed here. The cutout for the mechanism in this case is a little bigger, so we put a plate there, and then we essentially mount the Nayax there, and it goes like that. It's very intuitive to use. It's in place of the coin mechanism. It's up front. It's attractive. It really works great. All we do on this is there's 3 wires going to the coin mechanism. We simply just cut those. You have a power, a ground, and a pulse wire. And then with your Nayax reader, you want to make sure you order from our website the Nayax Touch reader with the pulse cable, not the MDB. So the pulse harness has all these different wires coming off. Don't be overwhelmed by the wires. We don't even need 90% of those. All we're going to use are 3 wires. We're going to use a power, a ground, and we're going to wire into the pulse one. So basically, and you know, a number of different ways you can connect it. You just want to make sure your connection is secure. We solder everything together. We use little heat shrink tubes to make sure it's all secure. But you just connect your power, your ground, and the pulse. Just put it on there tight. These wires are small, so whatever you use, just make sure it's secure. You're not losing your connection. Like I said, we solder them in there, so it's not a big deal. Then we do a heat shrink around it, just to make sure it's secure and strapped in there right. Essentially, I mean, we're not going to power it up right now because we have the loose wires, but that's really all there is to it. And the Nayax Pulse, Touch reader, it can go up to 24 volts. So it's sort of a variable voltage that it can take. And the reason we use the Nayax Touch is because the telemetry device for the Nayax Touch is built into this unit. So it's only a 1-piece unit. There's no separate modem that we have to figure out where to install. And on the Mini, it's important because there's just no space in it. There is an antenna that has a magnet on there. You may have to run that, route it out on the outside of your machine. It just depends how strong your signal is. If you're installing it on a large crane machine where you have 2 coin mechanisms, then you just can put it in place of one of the mechanisms, just tap into the 3 wires that are going to it. Then you'd still have 1 mechanism. On the Mini, if you have a credit card reader, you're probably somewhere in the ballpark of $2 per play. It really, at that point anyways, makes quarters obsolete. So we just put it right in place of. And we do a DBA as well, typically with that setup, and it really works well. But that's really the quick overview of doing, connecting it. A lot of the pulse machines, anything that has a standard coin comparator mechanism like a claw or crane machine. So we'll post a few more videos. We'll show the finished product, but that's really the basic of wiring it together. Thanks. Have a great day. And now you can see the finished product once we have it installed on the front there. Looks great. Very intuitive to use. We've got this one set up at $2 a play.
Authorizing. Thank you.
We are playing.